Hello viewers, we are going to study advertising and labeling information today, and the topic is types of advertising. In our day-to-day life, we come across several advertisements in the newspaper, on the television, on mobile phones, emails. We come across several advertisements. The producers, they try their best to persuade, to impact the mindsets of the consumers by producing excellent advertisements, different kinds of taglines or punchlines. Let us see today what are the types of advertising, what sort of impact it has on the day-to-day lives of consumers. Advertising is a form of marketing communication used to promote or sell something, usually a business product or service. Advertising is a means of communication with the users of a product or service. A successful advertising will spread the word about a company's products and services, gain and attract large number of customers, and also make sales and profits. A company will try to encourage old and new customers to buy an existing product or launching a new service with the help of advertisements. Advertising messages are usually developed by company sponsors, and customers can view them through various forms of mass media like newspaper, magazines, television advertisements, radio advertisements, outdoor advertising, or direct mails, blogs, websites, etc. Advertising can be defined as a form of marketing communication used to promote or sell something, usually a business product or service. Any business establishment can use different types of advertising to gain profits and customers, achieve their marketing and organizational objectives. The uses of advertising a product or service are numerous. Some of them can include communicating the benefits of a product or service to consumers, generate clues for sales follow-up, build the reputation of a company, or compare a company's products and brands against its competitors. It also forms part of an integrated marketing program when used in combination with direct sales, public relations campaigns, social media, or online marketing tools. The most appropriate advertising choice for a business will depend on their target audience and the most cost-effective way to reach maximum number of customers as far as possible and also as many times as possible. Now, we are going to study types of advertising. There are different types of advertising used by a business establishment depending on the nature of business, targeted consumers, and budget allocated for advertising. It acts as a method of communication. Hence, a business establishment should always be creative in their advertising to attract maximum number of customers. The advertisements can be in the form of print, oral, visual, and virtual communication. Some of the common types of advertising are newspaper and magazine advertising, direct advertising, radio and television advertising, outdoor advertising, etc. Sometimes a business establishment can use a combination of advertising techniques depending on the need and budget available. Following are some of the types of advertising and their features. First of all, let us see newspaper advertising. Print advertisements that are published in local or national daily or weekly news publications are called as newspaper advertisements. Display advertisements are placed throughout the paper, while classified listings are under subject headings in a specific section. Newspaper advertising has been in the stand for longer than any other form of advertising we see today and is still the first choice of advertising that businesses think about doing. They are a good way to reach a large number of people, especially those aged 45 plus who tend to read the paper more frequently than younger demographic groups who tend to get their news from television, radio, or the internet. The business organizations can also target their advertisements to the appropriate markets by requesting that their advertisements run in sections that most closely relate to the target audience, be it sports, lifestyle, or business. Now let us see advantages of newspaper advertising. An advertisement in the newspaper proves to be beneficial to both the newspaper management as well as the advertiser. But according to analysts, the benefits for newspaper advertising are enjoyed more by the advertisers. But every unit in the creation has some positive and negative aspects. Following are some of the positive aspects of newspaper advertising. The first one is extensive reach of newspaper. Almost every adult reads the newspaper daily as it is still the most trusted medium as far as the sources of news are concerned. Thus, placing an advertisement will assure its maximum reach within the related demographic area. The next one is engagement. As newspaper is a print medium, it has the capability to attract the reader's attention longer than the other competitive medium. It also provides an advantage that readers can go back to the advertisement message again and again if desired. Now let us see local coverage. Newspaper advertising is the only mode of communication that pays attention to community coverage. No other medium has the comprehensive community exposure that the dailies offer. Now let us look at immediacy. Newspaper advertisements has the charm to force a reader to get up from his or her seat and rush to the nearby store, sometimes even taking the newspaper advertisement cutout. They will take the cutout of the advertisement. Now, targeting options. What are the various targeting options? As a rule of thumb, one needs to understand that every newspaper has some specified group of readers, whether it is a functional publication to target a certain cultural group or behaviorally aiming a certain group on a newspaper portal. One has to look out which newspaper will be compatible for the product which is being advertised. The next one is creative space. A newspaper does not limit your hands if you want to be creatively enthusiastic. One can publish an advertisement as per their choice of size, format, or color and placement within the newspaper. Disadvantages of newspaper advertising. The first one is it is very expensive. It is kind of a boon as well as a bane for the advertiser because he has to pay a huge amount for its advertisement to reach the maximum and make it more visible to them. The next one is short life. Though a newspaper advertisement offers immediacy to the advertiser's message, it also has the ability to provide a short-term visibility to the same. The next one is high level of competition. As many of the advertisers seek newspapers to advertise their products or services, a competition among the clutter of advertisements published in the same page is seen. Now, let us look at quality of newspaper. The advertiser may not be able to get a creative and refined output of the formatted advertisement message due to the poor quality of the newspaper. Growing competition. With the growing popularity of the digital medium, the call for newspaper advertising, it's reducing day by day. People are now heading towards the online portals, which have caused a reason of worry for newspapers getting outdated. The next one in our study is magazine advertising. Print advertisements that are published in local or national magazines are called as magazine advertising. Advertising in a specialist magazine can reach the target market quickly and easily. The potential customers tend to read magazines at their leisure and keep them for longer, giving the advertisement multiple chances to attract attention. Magazines generally serve consumers in two ways. One is by interest group, example, women, and two, trade or industry or business types, example, hospitality. If an advertiser feels his or her products need to be displayed in color, then glossy advertisements in a magazine can be ideal, although they are generally more expensive than newspaper advertisements. Magazines have a benefit over newspapers to reach maximum number of customers, as they are not only circulated in only one town or city rather than many. Now let us look at advantages of magazine advertising. Following points are some of the advantages of magazine advertising. The magazine is often attractive than a newspaper to read. The magazine has a longer life compared to newspaper. Hence, the advertisements published in it also have a longer life and can attract readers or customers for multiple times. The paper and image quality is generally good in magazine, hence good for product-oriented advertisement, as the advertisements look better in magazine. More attention is paid to advertisements in magazines because of higher or high reader involvement. Magazine advertisements are more targeted. The magazine advertisement titles can appeal to specific target groups more so than a newspaper advertisement. Pass-on readership is more with magazines. People may pass on magazines on to their friends and family, which can increase the exposure of the advertisement. Product and advertisers' status are also enhanced. As some magazine titles are well respected in their field, an advertisement in such magazines will increase the product or service prestige by association. Now, let us look at disadvantages of magazine advertising. Sometimes the advertiser has to book the space for the advertisement 1 month or 1 week in advance. Second one, magazines often require the advertisements to be submitted weeks or months in advance. This means the businesses have to ensure their marketing strategy in place well in advance. Magazine advertising is expensive compared to newspaper advertising, as they are colorful and attractive. Lesser population read magazines compared to newspapers. A limited flexibility for the advertisement placement and the format used is seen. Now, the next one is direct advertising. The type of advertising that involves contacting people directly, for example, by writing to them to tell them about a product or service. Direct advertisers allow businesses and non-profit organizations to communicate directly to customers through a variety of media channels. Among practitioners, it is also known as direct response. Direct advertising is practiced by businesses of all sizes, as it delivers a good return on investment by showing how many potential customers responded to a clear call to action. This is in contrast to general advertising, which avoids calls for action in favor of messages that build views, emotional awareness, or engagement with a brand. There are different channels through which direct advertising can be done. Some of them are as follows. The first one is email advertising. Sending marketing messages through email is called as email advertising. It is one of the most widely used direct marketing methods. One reason for e-advertising's popularity is that it is relatively inexpensive to design, text, and send an email message. It also allows marketers to deliver messages around the clock and to accurately measure responses. Now let us see the next one, that is mobile marketing. In mobile marketing, marketers interact with potential customers through a mobile service or network such as a cell phone, smartphone, or tablet. Types of mobile marketing messages include SMS, short message service. Marketing communications are sent in the form of text messages, also known as texting MMS. The full form is multimedia message service. Marketing communications are sent in the form of media messages. Let us now study telemarketing. What is telemarketing? In this type, the marketers contact customers by phone. The primary benefit to businesses is increased sales volume and gain large customer base. A consumer who does not wish to receive further pre-recorded telemarketing calls can opt out of receiving such calls by dialing a telephone number to register his or her do not call request. The provisions do not cover calls from political organizations or charities. The next one in our study is voicemail marketing. Voicemail marketing developed from the market frequency of personal voice mailboxes and business voicemail systems. Voicemail marketing presented a cost-effective means by which to reach people directly by voice. More recently, businesses have utilized guided voicemail. Now, this guided voicemail is an application where pre-recorded voicemails are guided by live callers to achieve personalized business-to-business marketing formerly reserved for telemarketing. Because guided voicemail is used to contact only businesses, it is exempted from do not call regulations in place for other forms of voicemail marketing. The next one in our study is voicemail courier. What is this voicemail courier? It is a similar form of voicemail marketing with both business to business and business to consumer applications. The next one is couponing. Couponing is used in print and digital media to elicit a response from the reader. An example is a coupon which the reader receives through the mail and takes to a store's checkout counter to receive a discount. Digital coupons. What are digital coupons? Manufacturers and retailers make coupons available online for electronic orders that can be downloaded and printed. Digital coupons are available on company websites, social media outlets, texts, and email alerts. There are an increasing number of mobile phone applications offering digital coupons for direct use. Now let us study daily deal sites. These sites offer local and online deals each day and are becoming increasingly popular. Customers sign up to receive notice of discounts and offers, which are sent daily by email. Purchases are often made using a special coupon code or promotional code. The next one in our study is direct response advertising. What sort of advertising is this? This is designed to generate an immediate response from consumers, where each consumer response and purchase can be measured and attributed to individual advertisements. This form of marketing is differentiated from other marketing approaches primarily because there are no intermediaries such as retailers between the buyer and seller, and therefore the buyer must contact the seller directly to purchase products or services. Direct response marketing is delivered through a wide variety of media, including TV, radio, social media, search engine marketing, mail, print advertising, telemarketing, catalogs, and the internet. Mail order direct response has become more successful in recent years due to internet exposure. The next one is insert media. What is insert media? Another form of direct advertising is insert media. Insert media are marketing materials that are inserted into other communications such as a catalog, newspaper, magazine, package, or bill. Let us now study direct selling. Direct selling is the sale of products by face-to-face contact with the customer, either by having salespeople approach potential customers in person or through indirect means. Now we are stepping into the other mode of advertising, that is radio advertising. Radio advertisements are broadcast as radio waves to the air from a transmitter to the antenna and thus to a receiving device. Airtime is purchased from a station or network in exchange for airing the commercials or advertisements. Commercial radio stations make most of their revenue selling airtime to advertisers. While radio has the limitation of being restricted to sound, proponents of radio advertising, they often cite this as an advantage. Along with print and TV, radio is one of the most popular and expanding forms of conventional offline advertising. It can also be one of the most effective. This is partially because radio is oriented around formats which gives business owners a big advantage in targeting audiences versus print or TV. Advertising on the radio is a great way to reach the targeted audience. If the target market listens to a particular station, then regular advertising can attract new customers. However, sound has its limitations. Listeners can find it difficult to remember what they have heard, and sometimes the impact of radio advertising is lost. The best way to overcome this is to repeat your message regularly, which increases the cost to be incurred significantly. If an advertiser cannot afford to play the advertisement regularly, he may find that radio advertising does not generate strong results. Generally speaking, radio's ability to target an audience and offer repetition makes it a very effective advertising medium. In fact, some of the most effective campaigns in business history have been radio-only advertisement campaigns. Finally, the advertiser has to be aware of the target audience, the message to be given, and be sure to measure the advertisement results. If a right combination of audience, message, and results is found, there is no way to stop an advertiser from creating a long-term and a successful radio campaign. Now, the next mode of advertising in the types of advertising is television advertising. Television has an extensive reach, and advertising this way is ideal if you cater to a large market in a large area. Television advertisements have the advantages of sight, sound, movement, and color to persuade a customer to buy from you. They are popularly useful if an advertiser needs to demonstrate how a product or service works. But Television advertising is one of the most expensive types of advertising. Networks charge large amounts for commercial airtime during popular events. Now, direct advertising via television has two basic forms. The first one is long form. Usually half-hour or half-hour long segments that explain a product in detail and are commonly referred to as infomercials. These can be considered a form of direct advertising since responses are in the form of calls to telephone numbers given on air. This allows marketers to reasonably conclude that the calls are due to a particular campaign and enables them to obtain customers' phone numbers as targets for telemarketing. Now, the next one is short form. Short form, which refers to typical 30-second or 60-second commercials that ask viewers for an immediate response, typically to call a phone number on screen or go to a website. The other form of advertising in the types of advertising is outdoor advertising. What is outdoor advertising? Any advertising done outdoors that publicizes a business products and services is called as outdoor advertising. Types of outdoor advertising include billboards, bus benches, interiors and exteriors of buses, taxis and business vehicles, and signage posted on the exteriors of the business's building. Outdoor advertising works well for promoting a product in specific geographic areas. While billboards, bus benches, and transit advertising can be very effective for the small business owner, any successful outdoor campaign begins with own locations signage. Outdoor sign is often the first thing a potential customer sees. Hence, therefore, sign should be sufficiently bright and conspicuous to attract attention without being garish, and sufficiently informative to let the prospective customers know what is sold there. There are many ways to advertise outside. Outdoor billboards can be signs by the road or hoardings at sports stadiums. Transit advertising can be posters on buses, taxis, and bicycles. Large billboards can get the advertising message across with a big impact. If the same customers pass the billboard every day as they travel to work, the first business they think of when they want to buy a product might be the one of the advertisers' company which they see every day. Even the largest of billboards usually contain a limited amount of information. Otherwise, it can be difficult to read, including website address makes it easy for customers to follow up and find out more about a business. Outdoor advertising can be very expensive, especially for prime locations and big billboards. Let us now summate what we have studied in this module. Advertising is one of the best ways which can be used by a company to communicate to the customers. Advertising helps to inform the customers about the brands available in the market and the variety of products useful to them. Advertising is for everybody, including kids, young and old. It is done using various media types with different techniques and methods. Advertising plays a very important role in today's age of competition. Advertising is one thing which has become a necessity for everybody in today's day-to-day life, be it the producer, the traders, or the customer. Advertising is also important for the society as it helps educating people. There are some social issues also which advertising deals with, like child labor, liquor consumption, girl-child killing, smoking, family planning, education, etc. Thus, advertising plays a very important role in educating the society. Finally, an advertiser should plan properly and select an appropriate type of advertisement to market his or her product for a successful business. I hope the session on types of advertising has been interesting and useful to all of you. Thank you.